We've all got them, friends who, for whatever reason, are just really able to tell a great story. I'm Peter Finch. This is The Beat of the Bay, and this time around the show is about storytelling and also how it's become really popular in terms of people going out to these events where people just get up and tell stories. And my next guest has brought storytelling to Walnut Creek. DeMartini, welcome to the show.
Hey, Peter.
You've got Real Stories, that's
Yes.
the name of it, and it happens once a month?
Once a month, usually the last Wednesday of the month.
You're a few months into it now? How did it
Almost a year.
Almost a year already? Wow,
Yeah,
how
we're
did it
very
start?
excited. Well, about a year and a half ago, I approached Beth and Arlene from Porchlight, and I'm a big fan of theirs. I've been going for years, and I said, please come to the East Bay, please do it over there. And they said, no, too far, but they would be supportive, and they've been great. They really have. They've come out, told stories. They've been wonderful. So they've been very supportive, and that's what I needed.
Well, and so they said, no, we don't want to do it, but they encouraged you to go
That's
ahead
right.
and do
They
it
said,
yourself.
we're not crossing that bay. No, yeah, the bridge is yours, so, yeah.
So, and I actually told a story at one of your events. It was a lot of
You
fun.
did.
First of all, you're upstairs. Tell us where this is held.
We are on the second floor of a restaurant downtown Walnut Creek, and it's called 1515. A very nice place, great food, very fun. And when I first started this, that was my biggest problem, was where. Where was I going to have this story event? So I approached Tony Dudum and Tony Del Santos and Ryan Smith, and they were all great. They were saying, go, let's just give it a shot. If people are for it, we'll be behind you. And they have been. So it's nice. It's cozy. It's fun.
Yeah, I know I did it because you asked, and I was able to do it, and I enjoyed doing it. Where do you find most of your storytellers?
Well, that's the challenge. The two things that I work on is finding the storytellers and filling the seats. I mean, I talk to people all the time, and often they think I'm hitting on them. And really, I just want to find out if they have a story. I'm pushing my postcards a lot, but I do find them on Facebook and Porchlight. A lot of people come from Porchlight out to Walnut Creek to tell their story because they've done the work. You know, they've already prepared their story. They've given it once. So they're kind of anxious then, okay, I've got the story. I did the work. I want to do it again.
Yeah.
So,
and so that's where you find storytellers. The audience, the night I was there, it was well attended. Are these mostly people from the Walnut Creek area who are just excited about the idea?
It's growing.
Yeah.
It's really growing. It used to be just Walnut Creek. And, because it is a Wednesday night. So, sometimes that's the challenge. But we have a lot of people now that the word's getting out from Berkeley that are coming, Orinda, mostly East Bay, but it's getting a bigger circle.
DeMartini, KDeMartini.com if you want to find out more for Real Stories in Walnut Creek. And what's coming up next month?
This month, February. February 23rd, it's a Wednesday. The theme is Love is a Battlefield. But they're not all going to be negative stories. It's stories about love, near love, non-love. Any kind of love.
Wonderful.
So that's coming up.
The fact that it's not poetry slam, it's not a straight reading, it's not stand-up comedy, but it's just something that we all innately know how to do. And it's elevating it.
Who just knows how to tell a good story.
The thing that always works with a story is if the storyteller is comfortable being themselves on stage.
One day I walked outside my apartment and there was a dog sitting there in my driveway.
At the 7th anniversary show, local animator Scott Kravitz told a story about a homeless girl abandoning her dog and him taking it in.
This homeless guy starts yelling at me, Anne. And that's when I discovered that not only was her name Anne, but she had been raised on the streets and knew all the homeless people. And suddenly I was cool with all the panhandlers. And it was like Haight Street had become this giant filthy nightclub. And I was dating this girl who knew everyone that worked there.
Kravitz says getting up and telling a story to a room full of people doesn't really bother him.
Provided I've prepared well enough and know my story well enough, I just go into automatic and I kind of step outside myself and